Well, Sam Rose is the Director of Planning with UNRWA, the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees. You're joining us live from Al-Zawayda in Gaza, inside the Strip. Sam, Israel has been accused of using starvation as a weapon of war. Is it fair to say it's also using thirst as a weapon of war?
I mean, look, what I can say is that the water situation for Palestinians in Gaza, it was bad before the war. It's catastrophic right now, both in terms of availability of water, people's ability to access that water, but also major concerns about the quality of the water that's being provided. And we're seeing that manifested in higher rates of malnutrition and in outbreaks of infectious disease, in particular hepatitis, but we've also seen recently dysentery and massive increases in rates of diarrhea in recent weeks. All this down to poor water quality and lack of quantity.
Yeah, so you're pointing out multiple problems within one, right? Quantity of water available, access to that water, and the quality of the water. In terms of quantity, the report we just heard laid out that on a good day, there might be 7 to 8 liters available per person, or one person rather might get access to 7 or 8 liters of water. How much water does a human being need on a daily basis?
Minimal survival needs, we estimate in the humanitarian sector around 15 liters a day per person minimal.
That's Sorry, was that 15, 1.5?
1.5 for drinking, for washing, for basic hygiene. And yes, as you said, it's a whole range of interconnected problems here that we're dealing with, which means the only solution to it is really a ceasefire. We've previously had massive issues with fuel coming in, powering water wells and powering desalination plants. Those have recently been eased, but we're left with a whole raft of other issues. The massive damage that has been inflicted on the water and sanitation infrastructure over the past 10 months, the partial supply from Israeli water lines and our inability to bring in spare parts, to bring in the chemicals to purify the water. We're suffering from a lack of chlorine right now. And in terms of the daily grind for the people of Gaza, as your correspondent said, over 1 million people now crammed into the middle area. This isn't an area that's built to provide services for that many people. So the water points simply aren't here. And when people continually move from one place to another, the water points, the water providers have to follow them around. So it's incredibly difficult for them to get access, and for us and other water providers in Gaza to ensure that access when people are on the move. And they're on the move in the midst of a very heavy conflicts as well, and very heavy bombardment. So not only is it difficult, it's also often very dangerous.
Sam Rose, Director of Planning with UNRWA, thank you very much for joining us today.